There's a joke going around among scientists. Once upon a time, there were only 2 dark clouds in the sky. After more than 100 years of unremitting efforts by scientists, the dark clouds in the sky of physics not only did not dissipate, instead, dark clouds. Modern physics currently has at least 60 puzzles. The more science develops, the problems are more and more. After all, the larger the known circle, the unknown circle is bigger. The more difficult, the better. There is no problem to prove that the human family, science has come to an end, no matter how difficult the science is. However, these problems are in a broad sense. The above can be summed up in one sentence. That is the origin of cross straight, 1 black 3. On both sides are dark matter and dark energy. Black is the black hole problem. The 3 origins are the origin of the universe, origin of life and origin of consciousness. These are the ultimate questions of science. The problem of dark matter and dark energy. The reason for putting it at the front. This may also be the most urgent problem to be solved. After all, the universe is made of matter. And dark matter and dark energy are 95% of the matter in the universe. Only 5% of the matter can be directly sensed by humans. So to understand the universe, have the whole picture, you have to figure out dark matter and dark energy. When many people hear about dark matter and dark energy, I thought these 2 were different, almost. In fact, the 2 are more similar except for the name. Completely different in nature. Dark matter just doesn't participate in the electromagnetic and strong forces, but the attractive force and the weak force. Dark matter lacks electromagnetic radiation, so we can't see or touch it. But because dark matter has an attractive force, we can use the attractive force lens effect. Observed his existence indirectly. The reason why dark matter may also participate in the weak force, it is because the current physics community believes that if large masses interact, an example might be a candidate for cold dark matter, and the proposal of dark energy, mainly for solution. In 1998, astronomers discovered that the universe was expanding. The rapidly expanding truth, the accelerating expansion of the universe is a fundamental phenomenon. All existing laws of physics, if there is no extra, things accelerate the expansion of the universe. Then the stars in the universe, under the influence of attractive forces, decelerated expansion. Driven by the afterheat of the Big Bang, the universe will continue to expand. But the attractive force of this expansion, it's counterproductive. So in theory, is the expansion of the universe slowing down until it stops expanding and they contract back together? But the objective fact of accelerating expansion negates existing speculation. Either the current theory of attractive forces is wrong, or you have to introduce a whole new concept. Support this accelerated expansion. If there is a problem with the existing theory of attractive forces, that's not acceptable to many physicists. Nette's star pair theory, particularly accurate in predicting attractive forces, such as the attractive force wave of the water precession, attractive force lens. So without considering the generalized relative, in the case of problems, can only assume there is something in the universe that we can't see. External energies driving the universe's accelerated expansion. This is dark energy. Currently, human understanding of dark matter and dark energy only through the resume phenomenon gradually speculate about their nature. So I can only understand them at a glance. Not even 100. There is 100% evidence that they exist. So, the cross-strait issue is also the most unsolvable issue at present. A black problem is a black hole problem. You might be wondering, not all black holes have been astronomically observed. Did you find it? Isn't this confirmed to exist black holes? What's the problem? Actually, the existence of black holes is not a question in itself. The scientific community has long been convinced of the existence that black holes cause information to be theorized. We know there is no absolute vacuum in the universe. This is mainly because there are always particles in a vacuum. The energy of these virtual particles is out of thin air, borrowed from a vacuum. They will soon drown. Return energy to the vacuum, otherwise The law of conservation of energy is broken. Here's the thing. The birth and drowning of this savings team out of thin air exists in every corner of the universe. The space around the black hole world is no exception. This will cause the reserve team to appear out of thin air. One of the falling black holes. Then it is completely impossible to store with another. Rico drowned. Since then, the energy that accumulators borrow from a vacuum can't give it back. Particles left outside the black hole world. It's like getting energy out of thin air. Isn't the law of conservation of energy broken? To solve this problem, Hawking believes that the force particle that falls into the black hole becomes the example will have an extra bit of energy. In order not to violate the law of conservation of energy, then the black hole has to spit this energy out. So the example that remains outside the black hole world, energy obtained out of thin air, must be from a black hole, radiated from its own energy. This is also known as Hawking radiation. According to Hawking radiation, black holes evaporate completely from birth to the end. Information will be discussed. Because the black hole evaporates completely, we only know the total mass of the black hole. Head store he zong dong liong. But black holes with different initial states end up will also become the same total mass. Head store he zong dong liong. What does that mean? That is to say, the starting state of black holes may not be the same, but the end result may be the same. We can't pass the final result. Push out the initial information of the black hole. This results in all information about the beginning of the black hole is completely lost. Clearly violates the core tenets of quantum mechanics. And there is the origin of the center of a black hole, also a major problem. According to the predictions of existing theories, the starting point of a black hole is infinitely small, infinite density. The attractive force will be infinite. And in general relativity, the stronger the attractive force, the slower the time. Under the infinite attractive force, time will also become infinitely slow. This leads to all the laws of physics. The description of the origin of a black hole is invalid, since all theories have failed. So we'll never understand black holes. The true situation of the starting point. For the three origins problem, the origin of the universe, origin of life and historical origin, the question of the origin of the universe remains beyond the boundaries of science, because according to the Big Bang theory, the universe originated at the beginning of the Big Bang. The starting point is derived from 5. As for why there is no middle, there is such a phenomenon. The current physics community is using positive antimatter symmetry breaking explain the problem. That is to say, the universe began with as much matter as antimatter. But for unknown reasons, the symmetry of positive and antimatter is suddenly out of balance. This results in more positive matter than antimatter. So positive matter doesn't have enough antimatter can meet with. And that caused the Big Bang. But this interpretation, it's just the cause and effect of the Big Bang, one step ahead. We still don't know. Why is antimatter symmetry? Sex will break. Even if the reason is found, what's the reason for this? So the question of the origin of the universe seems to be forever independent of science. For the origin of life, now there seems to be a better answer. That's the molecule under the action of chemical bonds. Organic molecules are formed first. Organic molecules then keep expanding. Random formation of larger DNA, drama and chains and cells. But the question of life-generating consciousness, the origin remains unsolved. And here's the crux of the matter. Why is it that a group of unconscious origins and molecules, put together in some form, consciousness is born? Does consciousness originate at the molecular level, atomic or quantum? Is the essence of consciousness independent of matter? Or is it a derivative effect of the accumulation of matter? For consciousness, the scientific community doesn't seem to have any. What is the appropriate theory to explain?